Grand rising, y'all. Yeah, the old Foreign just made 80K today. 80,000 miles. That's good. That's good. Anyway, so I want to talk about. I was supposed to release that video last night, and I ended up forgetting. Actually, I was supposed to release it right after work, after I did the video for you guys. But you know, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's just always some shit going on. Anyway, so times have been a-changing. I made my prediction about, I was provided this information through this agility report years ago, where I talked about how the agility report, and I believe it was the McKinley report, talked about how specifically AI will target black men. They didn't say black women. They said specifically black men. And as you can see right now, remember what I had said about that prediction years ago. The people that's complaining about the shutdown is mostly women. You're seeing women, you're seeing a lot of sisters on there, but you're seeing women in general. But I'm not talking about women in general. I'm talking about our folk. You're seeing a lot of black women talking about the shutdown and complaining about it, and this better happen, or you're seeing that, and we know how the algorithms work against us. They hyper promote us when it comes to something negative or something ratchet or whatever. But that's who's going to be affected. We know who the biggest beneficiaries are, but I'm just saying our folks is going to get hit hard. The people that may not have been working, or now if they're not going to make a differentiation too much about whether or not, the person's elderly or disabled. I know when Governor Landry in Louisiana said that, but let's just be honest. It's going to affect some black women. It's definitely going to affect some black women. And that's who I see on the internet talking about this stuff to a certain degree. So, with that being said, the agility report is true. The agility report would be true if it's saying that they're going to target black men's jobs. Well, if you're a black family and your job is targeted and you can't get no EBT, or whatever, or any government assistance, think about that. So now, as being your daily IT Negro spokesperson, I'm going to have to update my files and shift my language. DP, what do you foresee in the IT industry? It's going to go back to being in office as what they're doing now. And as much as we don't really like it, now we're not getting into comfort mode. This ain't about comfort mode anymore. I'm telling y'all, this is survival mode now. This ain't about getting into your emotions about what you don't want to do and all this kind of stuff like that. I'm telling you right now, what's going to be going on is those top 5 that I mentioned. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need to look at the business system analyst. You're gonna have to look at all these different skill sets and positions where, and that kind of made me think about, my app support route. Now I might be able to shift that into a business system analyst, which that's what it kind of is anyway, to a certain degree. But you got to start thinking about critical thinking and positions that are going to, positions that they want to deal with the mind, decisions and things of that nature. So with that being said, refreshes, anything that is local, desktop support. Well, how do you get into those? Well, what you first start doing is any position, because a lot of times people don't want to do those positions. They don't want to be back in the office. And I mean, cause there's still, don't get it twisted. When I said those 5, positions, I wasn't saying whether they were remote or not. I was saying that these are the 5 positions. Those 5 positions I gave you are the ones that will be the very, very, very last. They still need people for cybersecurity. AI is not going to do all that just now. Business system analysts, all of that. They're going to need that. But cybersecurity, a lot of times, is remote. So you could get a remote job or a hybrid. You could easily get a remote if you know what you're doing, if you really got that skill set. And they're looking for the best. That's what they're looking for. So with a desktop support position, I'm seeing those left and right. But that's what it's going to be. You might want to shift into a refresh position. They have to have somebody there. AI can't do it.